Hey yo, what's going on? It's Juggernaut Prince J, and this is Swag Class TV. I want to touch up on a topic that I came up with. I had to retouch on this concept that I seen this older brother make a comment about. He was speaking about, us as people, the indigenous people. He got to speaking about how we as people, the indigenous people, should just sit back and be glad and proud for what we have. I had nothing against that. I had nothing against it whatsoever. But then this older brother started getting into 400 years ago. That's where we should just leave it at that. We should just say the hell with it. Fuck it. Let the dogs bark all day and night like a nuisance. They say that's when our history began, the indigenous. Our history began 400 years ago. We're just supposed to be proud with it and brush it off. Be proud of what we have. It's not that we said we're not proud, because we are proud. I'm pretty sure we are proud. You look at the cultures, look at television, fashion, music. We have to be very proud. We are very influential. But I want to know more. I don't want to settle for less. We could do better. We proud of what we're doing, but we can do better. We know there's violence. We know there's everything in this world that we can't control, that's beyond our control. But we can do better. Everything could be worse. There's no reason that us, the indigenous, are not proud of where we are right now. Like I said before, I want to know more. I want you to take me back. Let me know everything that they didn't teach us in grade school, middle school, high school, college. I want to start up at the top, run it down, straight down to the bottom. I want to break it down. Because if anybody got a problem how I break anything down, then why don't you break it down for me? I'll meet the emotions. Just go ahead and break it down for me. If you have a problem with how I break everything down. Going to this brother with his concepts, is saying that us indigenous people should just be proud of what we got so far and leave it as that. I look at that as saying that for this person, for this brother I'm speaking about, I just came across his page. I think the brother's, he represents Islam. I ain't nothing against nobody from Islam or nothing like that. Islam to my brothers. who represent Islam, dedicated to Islam, Christians, Hotep, Shalom, all my brothers. But just speaking about this brother in particular not from Islam, but that's what he represents. That's what he studies on. That's where his credentials come from. When it comes to religion. When you look at the generation, and you look at our generation, and I mean from 18 to 36, if you want to put it in that column, I put it like right there in that margin from 18 to 36. In this generation, we have the opportunity and we got the tools. And we got the people to make the tools for us to make the blueprints, for us to do things that we need to do. We're going to always sit around and talk about it because it's the easiest thing to do. Like they say, it's easier said than done. But I look at it like my mother, your mama, their mama, my mom's mama. They didn't have all this technology that we got right now. Whether it be for entertainment, or whether it be for education. Anything you wanna call it. The technology was not around for our ancestors, for our great-grandparents, for our great-great-grandparents, and for our grandparents. But our parents do have the opportunity to use the technology to spread messages to this generation. And once the message gets to individuals in the generation, then we can use that technology to spread the message to the next generation. Now, before I go ahead and conclude, I wasn't really prepared. It's just something I just started doing right fast. But what I wanted to conclude on is, how pretty much, as far as for our parents and our grandparents, I don't think it was meant for them to get this information. Because, like I said, the brother was speaking on, we just supposed to be happy with what we got, and that should be that. It's just like we just supposed to be going in a linear order, just a straight line. And that's not how evolution works. Evolution works in cycles. And I think that, our parents, it's too late for them. Unfortunately, because they in a routine. They got to get up every day. They got to go to work. It's synchronized. They have no choice. Either they go to work, they don't eat. Either they go to work or they don't pay bills. It's that way because that's the way we made it. That's the way we allow it to make. That's the way we allow it to keep going. That's the way we allow it to keep happening because we consider it to be real. Why is $1 worth more than a nickel? because we said it does. It really don't have to be that way. We just say it do. But our parents and our grandparents, they work these long hours and shit, and they don't have no time to get none of this information out. It's pretty much over for them. I mean, and I'm not saying that they didn't gave up, but they need to be encouraging, the youth, in our generation to come up out of this, because I would be pissed off if I was born in 2011 and I got to a point in my life where I don't know where the world or the economy is going to be at in them stages and them years, but I'd be pissed off if I got to this world and somebody tapped me on my shoulder and was like, oh yeah, this is the world you live in, make the best of it. And if it was like the current stage it is right now, I'd be pissed the fuck off. I wouldn't know who to blame. My parents. Because once you start learning about the world you live in, you start trying to understand the world you live in. Then once you start trying to understand shit that you don't understand, you start asking questions. And that's what we gotta do. We gotta start asking questions. I don't think a lot of people are serious enough about a lot of things that's going on, because we all been to that point in our life. If you an adult, you all been to that point in your life where you just went left field, where you didn't really have to, you just did. But then there come a time in your life where you start seeing stuff for what it is, and then you be looking for that 360. You be looking to get it in return 360, everything. That's what karma is. Why does karma have to be bad? Not all karma is bad. We want to know everything. We want to ask questions so we can get it back full. 360, not a 180. We need to be 360. I got a lot to say. I'm gonna break it up in sections and title all this stuff and everything. I didn't have my camera forever. Just ain't never got a memory card for it, so I'm still new to this. I'm still doing this. I'm still a novice, but I'm still do it like a professional supposed to do it, Like I said, everything we broken up in sections when I speak about certain issues, concepts, ideas, whatever, I'm that type of deep person. I'm that type of deep of a brother where I'm gonna come down here and speak, and ask questions. Have responses to, what people say on the World Wide Web. Why it's important, why it's not important. What the brother said was important. But, like I said, as far as for our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents and our great-grandparents, it's over for them. It's nothing they can do. But it's something we can do. We can play a part in doing something for the next generation. You'd be happy to have a baby in these time and days. But I don't think that's fair for them children growing up, not knowing that what type of world we preparing them for. About to run out of time. About to sign off. Just want to touch down on things that, a lot of people don't really catch up on. So, I'm finna get off of here. This is the Juggernaut Prince J signing off. Swag Class TV. Co-founder. Concrete Cracker Productions. Ultrasound Entertainment. Peace.